Hello, how you guys doing? You guys doing good today? I'm stalling for time so I can find the unofficial. Is it you unofficial? It's unofficial unification mod on installers. I found. Wait, hold up. Is this it? I think I found it. Is this it? No, that's Megalovania. And there's absolutely no reason I should have expected that that was it. I'm gonna keep hitting T until I find it. There it is. Cool, good enough. Alright. Alright, so we're doing Homestuck today. We were supposed to do stuff with Mike today, but he forgot. So that sucks. But anyway, we're doing this now. It's Homestuck. Alright, which ones have we done? Oh god, it doesn't show. Alright. We did that one. I don't think we did the... Did we do this one? I'm gonna click on it and see if I recognize it. It didn't save the purple. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, cool. What's up, gamers? I just burned the shit out of some rice. Really? Rice cooker, my dude. You did the first one. Okay. I don't think I did this one. I know I did these two. Because this was like mom time. But it was like recursive mom time. And then there was this one, which was just, like, you guys are pages, and therefore you suck, because pages can never realize their potential because they suck. I came in here to say that you didn't tweet. Did I not tweet? No, I tweeted. 2 people retweeted it. I tweeted. I'm good. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm on this one. Because I did this one. I did these, so it's got to be this one. Okay, time to justify Vriska's actions, I guess. Vriska, shouldn't we get back to our strategy meeting soon? Yeah, pretty soon. Oh, by the way, the charity went great for anyone who missed it. Or at least I don't know what the final total is. We're still working on that, as far as I know. So once that's in, I will do the reading of whatchamacallit? My Immortal, and then I'll do the other thing. Probably some Chug Jug. I just have to we have to beat last year's total in order for me to play Chug Jug for 2 hours or until people guess the thing. And then for me to read pages or words. See, I was smart here. With Homestuck, I did per page. It was like $5 or something crazy. For My Immortal, I did $1,000 per word. Because I'm not making that mistake again. Now, I've been told that there are some gamer words in there. And if I hit any gamer words, we're going to use a different word. Because that ain't me. Chances are I will probably end up reading, like, I don't know, 200-something words of it. So you'll get a decent idea of how it starts. And then maybe we could do some, like, I don't know. I saw Limes do some stuff. Like, she did some extended, what was it, sub-reward goal things. I feel like I should do that at some point, you know? This comic is the size of the Bible. Yeah. I don't think that the gamer words are in the first 100 words of My Immortal. Well, if we did as good as last year, it'd be like 250 words or so. So if it's within the first 250, then maybe. Anyway, it's like we used to say in the old days, time is dead, kids. Believe me, I haven't forgotten. That's as true now as it ever was. Only difference is now we're working together to prevent the bodies from piling up. We still have a little time before we need to get serious. And anyway, when you're managing a team, you need to balance things. Got to keep morale up, you know? The troops have been itching for a feel-good moment like this for a long time. As a competent leader slash power gamer extraordinaire, reverb farts in order to censor out slurs. I'd rather just, I mean, yeah, just to, play it instead of saying a slur could be a thing. The troops have been itching for a feel-good moment like this for a while. As a competent leader slash power gamer extraordinaire, it's incumbent on me to recognize and cut them a bit of slack. Give them a bit of space and remember what they're all fighting for, Great point. We should do the same, Over the last few years, we've had so many great times and buried all the old hatchets deep enough that I think it's easy to take our relationship for granted. Doesn't hurt to remind ourselves how lucky we both are and how we both came close, or how close we both came in completely different directions. Anyway, I'm glad as this is the path we chose. I couldn't ask for a better moral rail. Imagine Germa reading Homestuck with Rev. I don't think that Germa knows who I am. You know what? I'll read My Immortal with my dyslexia, and with the horrendous typos. I don't care. Whatever. Like, whatever. Fuck it. Will it be incomprehensible garbage? Sure. How is that any different than any regular stream of mine? Incomprehensible garbage that people piece together. Like some sort of fucked up jigsaw puzzle. That it's like, it's pieces from multiple different jigsaw puzzles. And so you go, kind of looks like something, if you kind of squints and you kind of like pretend, it works. He rated you from Joel once. He rated me from Yoel once. What does that mean? Does that mean that he rated Yoel and Yoel rated me? Am I calling myself a Lovecraftian horror? No, I'm calling myself an idiot. And an idiot that people believe to have intelligence. And so when I say stupid shit, people are like, well, he clearly didn't mean exactly that. It's probably something above my head. Probably actually is something more important. He appreciates the Vinesauce team for the good streams. All right, well, I respect his game. Like, wish I could be pulling the same shit he is. I don't have the money for that. But, what's 1 + 1? It's, hold on. 1. Count my fingers. It's fine. 5. I'm going with 5. Yeah. As a competent leader slash power gamer extraordinary, it's incumbent on me to recognize that and cut them a bit of slack. Give them a little bit of space to remember what they're all fighting for, Yeah, Germa had to use a couple sponsors for the Dollhouse thing. But, like, I don't know. I appreciate what he's doing because, like, he's got, like, a higher brow of comedy. For someone who has, like, made it, who's doing the Twitch thing, who's, like, doing what he's doing, like, it's weird, absurdist crap, but, like, it's clever, it's smart, it's well done, it's not Logan Paul, Sorry, Germa, if you ever hear this for comparing you to him, but you're not him. You're not Logan Paul. You're not any of these, like, the normal brand of bullshit that ends up rising to the top on something like Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Like, where it's just like, this guy's a piece of shit, If Germa is that kind of person, if he is a piece of shit, then he's completely hiding it. He's got a goofy, fun style of humor that I appreciate. Not Logan Paul's a hell of a low bar to reach, and yet most streamers and YouTubers can't pull it off, my dude. Like, it's such a low bar. Just don't be a sack of shit. I just called, like, racial slurs and stuff gamer words. And no one was like, What does that mean, Rev? How does that work? You know? Everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't even have to explain that shit. Do you know what I mean? It's that. Like, Germa has a cool thing going. I appreciate him. I like what he's got going on. He seems like a good dude. Anyway. We could do the same, you know? Over the last few years, we've had many different great times and buried all the old hatchets deep enough that I think it's easy to take our relationship for granted. He's bringing a good vibe to the community. And, like, I like to see people who are like Germa succeed, you know? That makes me feel like, you know, things are okay. Anyway, Homestuck. Yeah, sorry. And then we'll probably do Route 69 tomorrow, Road 69 tomorrow. I really want to get back to that game, but maybe we'll do Vine Worlds tomorrow with Mike, depending on whether or not he shows up. But anyway. It doesn't hurt to remind ourselves how lucky we both are and how close we came to going in completely different directions. Anyway, I'm glad that this is the path we chose. Couldn't ask for a better morale. Me neither. I don't know how I would have lived with myself if I had gone through with it, and we'd both be dead if I hadn't. Thank God for Egbert. Never tell him I said this. For a dork, he's... Let's just say you did a great job training him once upon a time. Hey, so did you. Some version of yourself was badass enough to write down all those instructions in her own blood just before she died. Sounds like a real hero to me. Sometimes I wonder what things would be like if we never had our falling out. If it was a lot like this back in the old days, remember? Just hanging out, working together. Not much drama, except for, I guess, the occasional ethical debate on how our foes should be dealt with. And what if it never spiraled out of control? If I never blinded you? If I never blew off... if you never blew off my arm? What if you decided to send John back to change all of it instead? I didn't write the instruction myself, but I'm sure I'd never considered it. Everything we went through back then made us stronger. It was something to work behind... It was something to work to put behind us, not erase. Something that was worth the effort. I honestly, yeah, again, this is something that I say a lot. I feel like you are the product of your own mistakes. You are the product of the conditions that you were brought up in. If you've got a disability, that's going to be a thing that affects your life. If you don't have disabilities, that's going to be a thing that affects your life. If you are forged by the fires that make you. And if you make a mistake, you realize it and you only want to believe that you would change things because you made that mistake. You know? I don't know. Anyway, Alex Wing Ace, thank you for the 2 years of support, 2 years of subs, and we're still reading Hamsteak. I know. It's almost over. It's almost over. It's like 500 words, right? 500 more pages. They're just all obscenely long. It was something that I put behind us, not erase. Something that was worth the effort. Yeah. Shout, blither, blah, blah, words, blah, blah, tactless, nincompoop, shout, ramble, screed. Screed? Blah, blister, bemoan, blah, blah, gossip, hungry, lobotomy, hobbits, shout, yells, screech, holler, brainless, gushing, yammerwats. Yammertwats. Oh, God. What's he going on about today? Also, I realize that today is normally the day that we do March of the Mice. I know we've gotten like almost a page done in 14 minutes, but I just wanted to say, we're not doing March of the Mice today, obviously. I wanted to make sure that I had all my energy put towards doing the March of the charity. I will be doing it next month, at the last Thursday of the month. So my normal Thursday schedule of finishing this thing off is going to be, you know, not the last Thursday of next month, just so you guys know. And it's going to be an important one. So I did a little bit of art for it now. I'm going to be doing art for it over the next like month or so because there's going to be so much stuff. But anyway. Oh God, what's he yelling about now? Sounds like he's yelling about Dave and John about something. John's been here for all 5 minutes. You know, he's tripped Carcat's tirade siren. No, he's actually angry. He's not actually angry. He's embarrassed about something. My ear is finally tuned to all the Vantrum nuances. Embarrassed about what? I think he might actually be bent out of shape by the fact that he's not the leader anymore. No way. It's something very personal. I wonder if John's been asking him what the deal is with him and Dave. John is pretty nosy, if I recall. I think it's more likely that Dave is rambling sans filter again. Yeah, he does that a lot, doesn't he? As long as we're swearing each other to secrecy and stuff, I make sure to absolutely never tell them that I know this. But he and Carcat are kind of adorable? Was it still an issue on the last one, Orthogonal Caster? Whatever quadrant that whole situation is settled in, I don't know. It's none of my business, really. I never would have guessed, really. Agreed. I guess we stuck to ourselves mostly, and Rose and Kanea were all, you know. So I left them with their cute mayor sidekick to, like, sort things out amongst each other without interference from a bunch of crazy, fucked up girls. I'm happy for him. And for me, too. If you hadn't been around, I have some feelings I would have gotten stuck into some weird bullshit with both of them. Sounds rough. Guess one more bullet dodge, thanks to yours truly. Guess so, geek. Did Trezzy get with either of them? I don't think so, right? No. Trezzy... God, who is off their fucking shits on Fago? That was Trezzy, right? Vriska was dead, so it wasn't her. Like the other version... Gamzee, yeah? So I guess with Vriska being around, her and Gamzee were never a thing. Gonna miss you. Should you have to get going soon? Yeah, I can't waste much more time. I have to get all these goofballs scared away, then I'm off. Oh, is something wrong? No, not really. Nothing important. What is it? It's dumb. You probably will laugh at me. No, it won't. Come on, tell me. What good is it to have a moral if you don't feel like you can talk to? I don't know. I'm not sure if I can put the finger on what's bugging me. I feel like I should be psyched for the battle ahead. Like, pumped up to kill some bad guys and finally end this. I just kind of feel a little weird, especially knowing that you won't be here. What does me not being here have to do with anything? Turn a light. It's fucking dark in here. Anyway. What if, when it's time to fight and the people really need me, to use my powers or whatever it is I'm supposed to be able to do, what if it turns out that I'm actually that good? You already proved that you are. A version of yourself basically saved us all, remember? I know, but, like, what if that was a different me who went through some things that I never went through and probably figured out how to be awesome and heroic along the way? I never did any of that. I certainly don't feel awesome and heroic yet. This is probably going to sound really dumb, but it kind of makes me feel guilty. Gay Keyboard, thank you for the 17 months of support. The Dollar Bean Supremacy. Dollar Bean. What in God's name are you talking about? Because she pretty much sacrificed herself to make things better. Specifically, better for me, I think. To let me lead a better life. Presumably to fix my problems, I guess. But I don't feel fixed. I kind of feel a weird sense of pressure to be the best version of myself. Like the most productive and heroic and well-adjusted Trezzy in Paradox Space. But I'm definitely not that Trezzy. Okay, you're being way too hard on yourself. What is the moral of this story anyway? God, what? You want a moral out of Homestuck? I don't think that's a thing, man. Okay, you're being way too hard on yourself here. I doubt that that the other version of you intended. That's not even how shit works. People don't just get fixed. Even if circumstances change, they have a smoother ride. You're always going to have flaws. But I guess you should always try and be the best version of yourself. But I also think it's important to be okay with the fact that you aren't perfect. I mean, I've got flaws too. I mean, obviously. but most of them I'm okay with. But I'm mostly okay with them. Well, hold up. Just go ahead and okay, and then copy. Go ahead and edit. Let's try and zoom out a bit. I definitely need that one on here somewhere. How about down here? Go ahead and feel like this needs to be added to the chart. There we go. Her flaws, she's too perfect. Fuck off. Nope. All right. Anyway. Wow, you don't say, hey, shut up. I'm trying to offer a little perspective here. Yeah, I know, you're right. I'll try and forget about this stuff and just focus on helping out the team. It's hard doing it without you, though. But I mean, I guess I've managed to do it before, even if I don't remember. Yeah, you'll be fine. I know you can do it. When will I see you again? Someday. I'll do my best to shorten the wait for you as much as I can, using time traveler or whatever nonsense I will have at my disposal. When it's all said and done, I'll drop by Earth and look you up. I can't wait. Blither, ramble, self-esteem, prattle, ramble. Whoa. Whoa, that one went way too long. I'm glad we have these on recording, you know, like me burping into the mic. Like, I feel like, you know, future generations, 1,000 years from now, when they dig up the YouTube server archives and they're like, this is some ancient technology. Let's play this. And then they just start listening to this, like, oh, this is episode like 300 of Homestuck. Let's listen to what this is. What's Homestuck? Is it the legendary, like, the religion that we follow now? No, that'd be stupid. It'd be stupid to follow this as a religion. I'm glad we don't. Let's listen to this guy read it, though. And then it's just me burping into the mic multiple times throughout this series. It's good. That's good. I really want to leave that for future generations. And there you go. Anyway. Ramble, mumble, brave, alive hero, mutter, blither, finally prove to yourself. Tavros, would you just leave that poor kid alone? What sort of nonsense are you telling him? Okay, and that's the other end of that conversation that we had. Gamzee's problem is that he's a juggalo. Dave, we're sort of in the middle of a thing here. In the middle of what? A series of heartfelt conversations of personal nature. Oh, I guess I'm in the middle of those now, too. Feeling heartfelt as fuck. Somebody boned me up on shit. Boned me up on the shit. One simply cannot be boned up on shit such as this. You had to be there. Come on. Wizards, problems, feelings. It was a mutual standard tale between two estranged mutual mothers. Any questions? Yes, lots. Okay, maybe you can sit down over there for a while and write them down. All down? Rose, this accumulation of people is coming dangerously close to what your culture might process as a human familial unit. This is a foreign idea to me and probably a private matter to you, so I think I'll leave you all alone and go talk to some trolls. Personally, I think you should welcome Dave into the fold of your poignant wizard revelry. From my cultural point of view, at least he has as much to claim to the sense of ancestral connection to your mother as you. See ya, everybody. Yeah, man, Kanea to rescue with smart shit to say as usual. To the rescue? Yes, that's what that says. Utterly destroyed again by her superior sense of reason and decorum. Facts and logic. Destroying the liberals with the superior sense of reason and decorum. Ugh. What the fuck is happening? God, I don't know how to tell you this, but a lot. Even though... Though I do wonder if her perspective would be different if she ever had to manage relations with the twin brother. Okay, but who cares about that? So, Rose, it's our mom. Hey, Mom. Hi. Well, not actually, Mom. Your actual name instead of that, I guess. Roxy, I think? You think right. Mom is okay, too. I don't know. That might be weird, calling you that all the time. Rose, would that be weird? It'd be a little weird. So, Mom, I'm going to jump right into the fucking frying pan here. Like, tape off no bullshit zone for a while, if that's okay. Frying pan in the bullshit zone? Sounds intense. Who's manning the pan? Who gave him the clearance for the no BS zone? Captain Sirius is in the pan and it's got a go-ahead from Lieutenant Doesn't Fuck Around to the Hard Attack Armada. Isn't a lieutenant a lower rank than captain? Who put this dude in charge of such an important pan? I don't know. Maybe it is? Okay, like, it's cool that even you know that fact. It's cool that you even know that fact, and it's actually the kind of fuckery in the no BS zone. Doesn't cotton to no matter what sort of cookware is involved or whether a sooner military organization regulates its borders. I just want to have some questions about you and your stuff in general, so rather than mumble through a conversation that sounds mostly like the stuff we literally just got done saying, sweet, that would be, I'm going to machine gun out some shit to you at lightning round style. Machine gun lightning round in the frying pan. God damn. I know, right? So you are my biological mother. Yes. And Rose's. Yes. Am I a MILF? Listen. Yes. Why not? Fuck it. Dyslexia is really shining through today. Dude, man, I've just had a bad brain day in general. And so you know what? I'm going to tell myself I am a MILF. Why not? Fuck it. Uncle Zeebs, thank you for the sub. That's very kind of you. Why not be a MILF? I'd fuck me. Hell yeah. I saw someone the other day refer to a MYLF or a DYLF, and it's so like MILF is a mom I'd like to fuck, whereas a MYLF, MILF spelled weird, is a mom you'd like to fuck. Yes, exactly. So like maybe like this is, you know, maybe that's not your type of DILF or MILF. But you know someone else, you just be like, listen, I saw MYLF today. And the other person goes, really? Tell me about him. Weak? Yeah, that one was kind of weak. Anyway. And therefore bear at least partial responsibility for the biologically incidental responsibility for why we're both so fucked up. Yes. But you yourself are a paradox clone, I guess. Which means you didn't even have biological parents. You originated from yourself. I guess so. So you really don't have anyone to blame for who you are except for weirdly and paradoxically yourself. Yes, Dave? Wait, sorry. Okay. That sounded rude. I didn't mean it rudely. I mean, if you did have a parental figure who gave you and modeled yourself in your way, you were influenced by, an old version of Rose from a really long time ago. Yes. And my bro was the same way, or your friend, Dirk? He was a paradox clone of himself. And, like, he kind of did the same thing, modeled himself after... Why don't we not talk about Dirk? Can we change the subject? You brought him up. I know. Look, I bring a lot of things up, and then I have to backtrack on a lot of those things I bring up, because sometimes the things I bring up are ill-advised to say or make people uncomfortable, make me uncomfortable. It's just sort of a thing about me. Same, my dude. I feel it. Oh, I just had a thought. Do I get to do a lightning round at Unix? I guess so, yeah. Depends on if you want to keep sitting in the goddamn pan. I don't know. Maybe our asses are getting too hot. Maybe you should speak for yourself. Dave! Shit! Lol. No. Mom, look. Roxy, I mean. It's like, it's a good line. Posture check? Oh, shrimped. 100% shrimped. No, Mom, look. Roxy, I mean, it's just like I was saying. I just say something and it's just like this force of nature that no one can control or even try to, or at least me. We can all try and cross our fingers to have the best. And that my one-man proverbial slapstick routine isn't too Freudian in nature, or at least not that often. Anyways, let's pretend I just didn't insinuate that you have a hot ass and move on. I'm just gonna say, like, considering that it technically is his mom, I guess that means that, like, don't flirt with your mom, you freak. It's weird because they're the same age, like literally the same age. So it's like weird. We just have to cross our fingers and hope for the best. It's sort of like Back to the Future, how there's like that incest subplot that's just there and played for laughs. I cannot process the Homestuck family tree. It's more or less a circle. Like, everyone has sort of got a circle in back on themselves at some point. Some people have less steps to that point. Like, Roxy is just a circle in of herself. Check the family tree again? No, I got it. It's a circle. Like, repetitive circles. Incest subplots happen too much. What if you're your own father? Well, I know my dad, and he's a different person, and not to drag my dad here, but he's about a foot shorter than me, which is adorable. I just say it's one of the forces of nature no one else can control or even try, or at least of all me. We just have to cross our fingers and hope for the best. And that... My one, okay, hot ass and move on. I heard something about wizards. You hells into wizards like Rose? Yes. Well, that's predictable and somewhat a bland fact. Let's see if we can dig a little deeper. Don't get me wrong, wizards are okay, I guess. Yeah, oh yeah? Well, maybe you're okay. Well, I'm alright. Wizards are better at magic than me, but I guess I'm better at wizards at rap. So I guess it breaks even. Or it would if I was to pretend jackass in silly robes. If I was to pretend I was a pretend jackass in silly robes and a dumb beard. So point goes to Dave. Do you like to rap? Kinda. Dirk loves rap, so never mind. Forgot we weren't talking about that. Well, what do you like to do? I like cats. Great. Are we winning? Yeah, sure. It's a fair opinion, but cats aren't exactly an activity or anything. They kind of were for me. I used to clone them. I may have gotten a little carried away. Cat cloning, huh? That sounds like a pretty dope hobby. I think we're getting somewhere. Do you have access to that kind of stuff because you lived in a sci-fi world? Sci-fi world? Like the future. What was the future like? Watery. Full of chess people. Lots of pumpkins. You know, usual dystopian stuff. I see. So it's just the chess guys and you and, like, alone? No other people except for bro, who I guess was way off somewhere? Yeah, I remember reading this, Hussy. Please, why are we... I guess it needs to be addressed that they had this conversation so they know these things about each other. But this page just feels really unnecessary. You could be like, they caught up. I mean, there's no real narrator aside from Hussy, and he's dead? Is Hussy dead? At this point in the story that he wrote? But I mean, Ghost exists. We saw him in one of those things. He's dead in the comic. So he would totally be narrating this bit as a ghost. Is this conversation going anywhere? Maybe. Sounds like kind of a bummer. Yeah, I talked to my friends through a lot through via computers and shit. That's cool. Me too. Maybe when it comes down to it, our lives weren't that different, except for the extinction of humanity part. My humans were all like immediately extinct. Weren't or just immediately. Were just imminently extinct is all. Didn't have chess guys around though. They're actually good company. Yeah, my best friend is a chess guy. He's the mayor. I guess I'll have to introduce you to him soon. You'll love the mayor. Everybody loves the mayor. I want to meet the mayor. Don't worry. I'll put in a good word for you for pretty sure I think we can find an opening in his schedule. Tell me more. More about you? More about you. Damn, dude. This frying pan shit be sizzling. Fuck yeah. Aside from cat breeding, how else did you pass the time? Writing? A fair amount of, let's just say, recreational liquid intake. And a lot of hacking. So, writing, drinking, booze, and hacking. Seriously, like actual hacking? Yeah, well, computer programming, really. Hacking is what you call it to sound cool. There isn't much shit around to hack. So, kind of like John, except for I think he pretty much just sucks at his codes. Really? Yeah, he seems to find it frustrating mainly, just bitching about it. Literally my only point of reference for his degree of proficiency. I bet you're good though, right? I bet you're good. You're good though, right? I bet you're good. The best. I knew. Maybe I could give him some pointers on the lead hacks. Fuck yeah. He'd be all about that, or I should say he should be, which in all matters which is all that matters. Do that and I insist on it if he gets weirdly obstinate or like tries to pretend he doesn't know programming anymore. Okay, what else? I don't know, Dave. I might be running out of shit to say. Are you sure? I used to like to play games. What games? Mostly the Nintendos. I see. Which Nintendos? Whole bunch of Nintendos. Lots of different systems and titles. I don't know if one I associate strongly with would have the same meaning, like culturally speaking, because for me, they were all like cool ancient relics that kept me somewhat in touch with the world that was long gone. That makes sense. That's mostly the relationship that I have with garbage rom-coms, largely because Carcat likes watching them. So these godforsaken flicks have helped keep me grounded in our dead civilization in a weird way. But games, I didn't have Nintendos. My bro had an Xbox, so I played that sometimes. But he mostly had all these shitty skateboarding games. There was like 20 different Tony Hawk titles. I would mainly just find spectacular ways to crash and flop around like a douchey ragdoll, or figure out ways to get half stuck inside concrete fixtures and obstacles, and watch all these cool fratty boys twitch and flop ad infinitum. Like struggling valiantly and earnestly forever against the shitty and deeply flawed physics of their confining virtual prison. I saw them as tragic figures. That sounds pretty incredible, to be honest. No, it sounds really sad. What the fuck are you talking about? Pretty much. Do you think we could play games together sometime? I want to see some of these majestic skate bros in their element. Oh, my dick, yes. Dave, what? Honestly, like, would you, let's say you're not a religious person. Why not swear on your dick rather than God? You know? Assuming you got one. Or your tits. Or both. Fuck it. Okay, I think it's my turn. Keep your ass to the pan, buddy. You gotta get grilled. That's fair. Oh, Rose, please don't think I'm excluding you. Jump into the conversation anytime. She's fine. Perfectly happy serving as a spectator, occasionally officiator in this conversation. It's quite entertaining to behold. I really love watching how different personalities collide with each other upon meeting. Neither of you is failing to disappoint. God, everyone in this family tree is a psychoanalyst. Yo, that's been like her exact top preoccupation since she was a fucking baby. Didn't she tell you? No, but it makes sense. But like, you're all Mr. Funny Interrogation right now, and Rose is quite possibly a literal therapist in training, I guess. And Dirk is Dirk. It just makes sense is all. We're all fucked up in the end. So, what do you want to know, Mom Rocks? Don't like my dick? Some people don't like God and they still swear on him. Okay, here comes the lightning. You gotta imagine it coming out of my fingers, wherein I'm an almighty wizard. Okay, I'm currently imagining that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pshoo. Okay, what's your favorite rap guy? That's Dead Tie. Between me and Snoop. Maybe Obama, to be fair, but I don't think he raps IRL. That's more of just a headcanon I have about him. But come on. You were actually curious about that, weren't you? You weren't actually curious about that, were you? I'm trying to think of stuff to ask. Jeez, give me a sec. Okay, how'd you become God tier? Me and Rose went on a suicide mission piloting a moon through the furthest ring. The moon had a cosmic mega nuclear bomb in its core, but our quest beds, also our quest beds by surprise. When it blew up, it created literally the biggest fucking sun in existence, which also happened to be the exact same sun we thought we were going to go out there to destroy. But we also died and resurrected as god tiers, and I guess due to immortality, rose up through the surface of the fucking sun, all growing green and wearing pajamas and shit. Holy crap, that's ridiculous and insane and cool and so much more awesome than what happened to us. That's some really absolute nonsense that I understand. Yep, that's the comic, my dude. So why'd you do it? Or how'd you do it? God, it's almost embarrassing to even describe, especially comparing to that. Go on. We all had a hangover from the magic candy and woke up on our god slabs like, talk for a while. Have you ever seen The Breakfast Club? No? Well, you know what pissed me off about The Breakfast Club? Like the punk goth chick, right? She's got issues. Everyone in The Breakfast Club has issues. Spoilers for The Breakfast Club. It's older than anyone who watches this, so fuck it. They're like, oh, she's better now, so she's pretty, and she can't be a goth chick anymore, so she's got to, like, downgrade fucking hard. The hell, dude? What the fuck? I don't remember if she was supposed to be a goth girl or what. It's been a while since I've seen it, but, like, what the fuck? She looked so generic afterwards. It's like, I mean, fine. Goths are hotter? Yeah? Yeah? My wife's got that thing going on. She's more like, what's it called? It's a sub-type of goth thing going on, so there you go. Per Jared's penis, hell yeah. Witch goth, mall goth, pastel goth. She's got more of that thing going on. We all had a hangover from the magic candy and woke up on our god slabs and ever seen the Breakfast Club. Okay, well, it's like that, but probably shittier. And we all sort of randomly died on accident due to a surprise villain attack. I think I met Pro Jared once as well. That sounds alright. Who even cared about having a baller origin story? We're just some chumps on the moon getting melodramatic and processing getting chumped by an omniscient creep. Did I insult his penis? This was pre, like, him getting nudes from underage girls. Not probably intentionally, but probably not where he gave a shit whether or not that would be the result. Somewhere. He didn't really care, it seemed like. That's a whole thing. Like, just go watch his explanation of it. Like, that's probably honestly like just listen to that rather than me trying to describe it. That sounds alright. But who even cares about the baller origin story? We're just some chumps. I mean, I feel like it's damning in of itself. Oh, you're talking about Pro Jared? Yeah, of course. His penis looks like a flathead screwdriver. Is that right? I haven't seen it. I just assume I know what it looks like. Be weird if it looked like a Phillips head. That'd be real weird. Flathead screwdriver kind of almost looks like a penis. Show it on the penis? Show it on the screen. The penis. No. We were just some chumps on the moon being melodramatic and getting in the process of getting chumped by some omniscient creep. Your outfit looks really cool, at least. Thanks. Cave in next. Have you ever kissed anybody? What, man? What are these questions? These questions are taking a totally different tenor than the ones I asked you. Well, yeah, I was kissed by Jade when I was dead, so I'd come back to life. That was like right before the moon mission. Oh yeah, I was corpse smooched once too. By who? Hey, it's my lightning round. I was asking you if you ever kissed somebody. Like, awake and alive and on purpose. Man, we're waiting, Dave. Hey, I thought you were the one just studying us. I'm also officiating. I'm holding you to the question, or I throw a flag. Remember sports? How quickly we forget the sports. No, come on. I just asked you about Nintendo and shit. Okay, haha. Do you like drawing? Yes. Like comics? Yes. Funny comics? Yes. Also about fat ass idiots and JPEG trash loss everywhere? Fucking yes. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. I have you at a little disadvantage since I know some things about your all future grown up self. Like what? I don't want to spoil it. There's a better time for that conversation. Maybe a better person to have it with than me. Do you like orange soda? No. No? Hell no. And what's your poison? AJ. What? Apple juice. It's fucking cute. Pretty much. Have you ever been in love? God damn it. This is a lightning round, Dave. We didn't make the rules. Anyway, I'm ready to blow my referee sport whistle if you don't answer before the commercially endorsed game clock expires. I think the lightning round's over. Why don't we have a distraction to seal the deal? Hey, Mom. I think Harley Dad over there is talking about you. Jake? Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to go catch up with him soon. I'll wave hello for now. I don't think he's noticing. Damn it, Jake. Look over here, you goof. I'm starting a fire with all this friendly waving. Nope, he's completely out of lunch. He's completely out to lunch. Just like all the Harley Burts. Hi, Jake. Jake, damn it, hi. Oh, sorry. Hi, Roxy. You're with us again. And I like that. Do you do you have a sudden urge to bite or gnaw on something? What? Are you asking if I've ever been hungry before? Yeah, I was hungry just a minute ago, and so I had chips. That's it. He's right back with the bull guy. What's with him? He reminds me a lot of John, but real quiet, which is kind of un-Johnish. Jake's great, but he's not like that all the time. He's pretty gregarious one-on-one, but he doesn't like crowds much. He became sort of a hermit after a few months of our session. He mainly hung out with Dirk until eventually he sort of shut him out too. Dude just likes his lonesome time, I guess. I guess I'm trying to get to know him all the time. God, that's such a mood. I like to gnaw on clothes and wood a lot. Okay. I just told a scam caller about Violent J and they hung up on me, presumably to mourn. Did Violent J die? Let me check Twitter. Cat dog is trending. Why? Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl confirmed for Steam. Also, Cat Dog and April O'Neil are announced as fighters. Oh, okay. Sure. He's just got heart problems. So farewell to her. Dude, that sucks, man. Do you remember the factory episode of Cat Dog? I do not. He's sort of a hermit after a few months of recession. He mainly hang out. Okay. I'll try to get to know him some. Maybe trap him like a little shy woodland creature. Then brutally harangue him with typically rad shit. Become airtight bros. Right there in the fucking woods. Exactly how nature intended. Oh my god, yes. It sounded weirdly sexual. I hope you rig your Jake snares. Maybe leave some hunky dude bait. Like a trail of micro shorts sprinkled throughout the forest. Awesome. Thanks, Mom. Roxy, I mean. Dave, I'm having even less trouble referring to Roxy by her name. Even I'm having less trouble referring to Roxy by her name consistently. I'm the one who grew up with her, knowing her as my literal mother. What is going on with you? Nothing. Just simply accidentally replacing a word with another word in majority of instances. Why do you need to read everything into things? You're right. How could I possibly read anything into a short, that sort of repeated slip up? Exactly. What if you're making her uncomfortable? It's fine, really. I think it's sort of endearing. See, Rose? Y'all are worrying about nothing as usual. Mom's fighting with it. Moxie. Mommy. Wait, fuck. That one was fucked up. Let's make sure I never say something like that again. Dying here. Dave, stop it. I'm asphyxiate. I can't. It's like I was saying before, this is a force in nature we all got to deal with. Strider blurtscapades. Dave's flying boner circus. This shit's immutable. I had to face the facts a long time ago. I could either change that part of myself, which is an unwinnable war, or I could try focus on being a vaguely half-decent person, so at least the shit I inevitably blurt out from deep down isn't all that bad. Because the bad stuff has been and still being purged through arduous long-term process of complete and utter humiliation. He's got a thing for his mom. It's less weird than normal because they're the same age, which makes it weird on a different front, but you know. Man, arduous long-term process of complete and utter humiliation are basically my aesthetic. Anyway, you're a silly dude, and it's okay if you keep calling me mom on accident. I hope it's okay with you if I make a conscious decision from refraining to call you that ever. Unlike Dave, I've taken great pride in the meticulous maintenance of my internal filter. I don't think I have the same luxury he does. Humiliation just makes my demons angrier. Yeah, Rose, call me whatever. But you got a good way of making it sound legit scary. It's fucked up that she's joking, but not even really. You'll figure out how to crack her deadpan riddles. There's an art to it. You guys, your freaking psychobabble. It's a riot. Suddenly feeling like maybe I'm the weak link in this family tree on the analytical front. Need to step up my game. To be fair, Dave's game is pretty flimsy. He's been jacking my swagger for years. He only pulls it off with me because he's funny. And to be fair, I'm not actually much of a psychoanalyst. I guess just enough to know. I know just enough to know that I barely know anything and probably would benefited from, I don't know, college or something. I think he's just unable to accept having a parent but he really wants to have a mom. So he's got mommy issues. Yeah? Okay. That's one way to put it. That's the way to put it. I'm right and never wrong, and my cock is huge. I'll continue. Maybe that smoke was in the mirrors was. Oh, God. Oh, bad brain day today in journal. He's got all the genes and I got none. So that means Dave's got some genes and Rose got lots, whereas some is more than none and lots is less than all. It's a scientific way of looking at it, so maybe even true. Yeah, I fucking love science. Okay, then that explains everything. What? You got all the science genes, that means some scraped off to me, which would explain why all my beats are so ill. It's because my science is off the charts. Holy shit, can someone push this nerd off the lily pad? That explanation, though. Cringeworthy rap notwithstanding. I do recalling him babbling about wanting to be a scientist on more than one occasion. If the world hadn't ended, what was it? Archaeology? Paleontology? Yeah, I don't know. One of those things. Whichever involved more dead shit. Maybe. Paleontology. You wanted to study that? It's sincerely mumbled about the idea once or twice for sure. That's neat. What about you, Rose? Did you actually want to be a legit psychiatrist and go to school for that and all that? God damn. Did you forget about Dave's bro? No, I remember. He can have mommy issues and a weird brother. These are not mutually exclusive things. What the fuck? I don't recall my thoughts on higher education. My passion for the subject was a bit more contrivance of a very young girl with misplaced conviction in her abilities. I probably thought I could just figure it all out myself and skip the academic coordination. I don't think about it much more anymore. Possibly because there's no one else left to analyze except for a modest population of this frog disc. What would you want to do with your life instead? I mean, assuming there were no more evildoers to worry about. I don't know. But what is there even to consider with godhood but concern oneself with evildoers? What about your quests? The shit with your planet, with the rain and stuff. Wasn't there still some shit to do there? I guess. I didn't mind, or at least a version of it specific to this situation. I get the feeling that they change around and such depending on what the lay of the land is. Reality was fucked, so Dennison just kind of rerouted me. Nothing too fancy. Yeah, exactly. I get this is a stilted mashup of whatever I assume my real quest was, like involving breaking my sword and then unbreaking the sword and then fucking bird was involved and the bird unceremoniously died somewhere. It's kind of a mess. Like me, I guess. So that makes more sense. You know what yours would have in store for you now? I mean, if you ever wanted to bother. I'm not really sure if I have the inclination. And realistically, there isn't even that much time for that, is there? We're supposed to be fighting adversaries imminently. I can't squeeze it in before the battle, and after will have supposedly won, so what even would be a point of doing that? Something has always rubbed me the wrong way about my quests. I don't even like that phrase. It's uncomfortably formal and a little foreboding. I think the regimentation of it all has always struck me as unpalatable, like consigning personal growth to the complex completion of glorified myth-heavy rat maze. Yeah, I know why you feel that way. You got a big problem with authority. You always have and probably wouldn't even put it that way because it really sounds teen of you and gauche and whatever, but it's so true. Oh my God, in your shrink battle. You guys in your shrink babble. So funny, I swear to God. Yeah, here we go again, right? Except for, just remember I'm a fraud at stuff, except for in this particular case, because I'm totally right. She sees this quest is all neatly laid out for and wrapped in a bow. Fuck, it even looks like it's made for little kids with pink turtles and rainbows and shit. And here you go, princess, is baby's first quest, almost like it's designed to piss her off. Suburb says here, self-improvement, delineated and made more comprehensible enjoyer of cookie cutter odyssey. So because she's Rose, she gives no fuck my quest, literally starts wrecking shit. And maybe that in itself was her quest, was always her quest. It's important to the meta narrative. I have no idea what your question is, but that's probably true. If I may interject. Oh, awesome. Frisco is eavesdropping. Not for very long. I just heard you talking about Rose's quest is all. I don't think I have any opinion on whatever you do, whether you do it or not, Rose. That's your business. But my advice is, if you see you're an innocent, just make sure you kill her fast. What? Believe me. Circe is a huge bitch. You give her an inch, she'll try and sucker you into the whole boring conversation, mostly involving a bunch of curmudgeonly riddles. Don't give her a chance. Just go for the jugular and end it as soon as you can. Grab her loot and call it a day. That's what I think, at least, assuming you bother to go see her at all. Couldn't really blame you if you didn't, though. Probably won't. Won't what? Oh, now what the fuck is this? Meow. Friglish. Oh my gosh, you cheeky bastard. Oh my god. What exactly the fuck? Friglish, I can't believe this. You dug up her body. Oh my god, that's so bad. But also so sweet of you to bring her back. Oh wow. Wait, dug up? I'm a bit unclear on that myself. Jasper hasn't been especially descriptive. Meow. Yes, both Roses, I dug you up. From where? John's planet? Remember the funeral I mentioned? Friglish was there too. Or Jasper's? Our dumb, departed, beautiful idiot cat. I guess I made a novice mistake. I turned my back on the body. You had a funeral? For me? That was nice of you. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, so hi. This is really confusing. Welcome back to back. You're alive again. Hey, come here. Lalonde, you fucking touch her. Fucking incredible. I'm the only one here with the concerned with making sure we don't create freakish mutant people combos. She's only been single prototype. Don't go near her. Oh, right. What happens if you double prototype the same person? Like Rose. God, she's talking to a ghost version of herself from a different timeline. This sucks. Absolutely astonishing how all you needed to keep me around for keep your shit straight. Even then, chat is now just chat face. Well, let my guard down for 1 second. This brainless animal wastes one of our species' resurrection slots on somebody who's already alive. Well, congratulations. You're already down to one empty kernel. Be sure to use it wisely. Not that there's much hope at this point. See you, chumps. I'm out of this conversation. So, what does this even mean? There's like 2 Roses now. What the fuck? Are we supposed to do this? What are we supposed to do with this information on unfolding circumstances? I don't know, Dave. I have advanced seer powers and newly acquired insight of a mystical guide. I'm even stumped about this term, and even I'm stumped about this turn of events. Okay then, good to know I'm not dumb and this is literally inherently irrational. Thanks, Ghost Cat. Great job. So what now? Well, I guess it's nice to be back after a spectacular sequence of tragic events, even though I have no memory of having been gone for very long, but I understand now that I am now subordinate Rose. So out of respect to my ongoing role, I will now refer to real Rose. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Then again, I don't have beat anymore, lol. Well, see, it's also worth pointing out that the programming of a sprite informs me that I exist to the pleasure of the player who released my kernel. So Roxy, what do you think I should do? I don't know. Man, just met alive Rose here. It was just after trying to bury you and saying goodbye, which was the emotional thing, and now you're back because of silly cat. I'm a little confused. Rose, what do you think? Rose? Yo, Rose? Hello? This is so stupid. Yeah. What does this fucking mean? I'm sorry. I can't sit here and pretend to take this seriously. Rose, you okay? I guess so. I'm fine. This is just so dumb. My power is let me see fortuitous outcomes. I didn't see this coming at all. I didn't even register this as fortuitous or otherwise. You know why? Because it's completely meaningless. I mean, sure, I thought so too when the bird Dave happened, and it turned out to be like a whole thing, important, and like stuff happened here. No, this isn't like that. Trust me, Dave. I'm not grasping at straws here. My abilities tend to not leave such things in speculation. This development makes absolutely no sense. Not for us as a group, and definitely not for me personally, or her for that matter. How could I possibly mean anything for my growth or personal development in any way? Makes it official. I have no comprehensible path. There is nothing to overcome, no lesson to learn, no cathartic light at the end of the preposterous tunnel. Not for me, at least. I seriously have the dumbest arc anyone could possibly conceivably imagine. Rose, we don't have arcs. We're just human beings. No, you have arcs because you're story characters, but yes, good point. Fuck, I don't want to talk to them anymore. How's it going over there? I told them I would like to leave them alone and go talk to the trolls. I guess this troll over here will have to do. Happy to be of service. Man, look at them. All so excited. Did I read this one already? I'm so confused. How many times do I have to read Vriska having a conversation? I've not read this one. Jesus Christ, there's so much of the... Okay, fine. Happy to be of service. Man, look at them. They all seem excited. A bunch of wigglers hopped up on high fructose grub sauce. I hope they don't crash from this reunion buzz too hard before it's showtime. If they do, I'm sure one of your contingency plans will swing into full effect. Maybe you can buy time for everyone and recover by lulling our adversary into an extensive strategy session. Hey, Miriam, why don't you can do it? Wait, Miriam, why don't you can it? Yes, that makes more sense. Why don't you can it? Our sassy little games of one-upmanship are fun and all, but I'm trying to be sincere here. You know, seeing how this is the last time I'll see you all in a while. Right, sorry. Bring on the sincerity. I was just saying about the humans. They seem happy. I mean, look at Rose. No offense, but most of the time she's kind of a pill. None taken, and me too, probably. Good point. We've been stuck on the last page for like a month. I mean, yeah, kinda. Good point, but I don't think I've ever seen her like that, by which I mean making no discernible effort whatsoever to disguise the fact that she's happy. Well, okay, maybe we... Am I bleeding again? God damn it, hold on. No, I was painting my squigs earlier. And my squigs are kind of like blood red. I just looked at my hand and it's dark and I couldn't tell if I had like blood on my hands or if it was paint. It's paint. Let me... Yeah, no, that's paint. I just tasted it. It's paint. Fuck. But my squigs are coming along. They look good. More or less. Squig Hog boys are good, man. Like little piggy dinos. I'm not huffing paint. There's just paint on my fingers. Hopefully non-toxic paint. Oh, I'm definitely eating toxic paint at this point. Jack Narek, thank you for the 16 months of support. I don't think I'll ever spray paint them white again. That was a real bad decision. Paint a set of minis with your own blood. Like Tony Hawk did with those skateboards. And then Lil Nas apparently got mad about it. I didn't read the article. I just saw that on the sidebar. And it could be like absolutely fucking nothing. I remember doing like a gallery show once and people didn't like, this one guy was freaked out by me because like I put on gloves to paint at that time because I didn't want to get paint on my hands. Now I don't give a shit. But he was like, you don't like paint with blood, right? I'm like, no. Where would you even get that much blood? I'd paint with blood if I could. It's just way too much. So much blood. And also blood is like, it ages really fast, man. Butcher? I don't think you could just like call a place and be like, hey, I want blood. Like, I'm pretty sure if you call the butcher, I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can't. You can just go to the blood store? Have you ever tried? You know, I don't really want to go and get blood. during the bad times, you know? History has not been kind to people who fuck around with blood. Walmart has a pint of blood for $9. Yeah, but I don't want to shop at Walmart, man. You know? Like, if I can avoid it. You can. It's used in some recipes. Okay. Where do I get blood from? Nosebleeds. How to find out your blood type if you don't know. Blood typing. I need blood for legal sounding reasons. Ethical and legal aspects of refusal for blood transfers. That's not it. Blood drawing without a warrant. Okay, that's not it. I need blood for cooking. Let's try cooking. Vampire blood. Blood orange. Can blood be used in cooking? It's a superb thickener. Okay. Where the fuck do you get blood? Why isn't blood a bigger ingredient of American foods? I don't know, man. It's kind of fucking weird. How to get blood for cooking? Like, if you wanted to make blood sausages or whatever, how the fuck do you even do that? Can I get blood from a butcher? Some butchers are putting blood back into cases and menus. Well, it's not illegal. Many slaughterhouses have created a revenue stream for themselves by selling blood to rendering companies. Okay. Can you drink cow's blood? Yes, I guess. Blood prices. Blood price. For per liter. $400 per liter of whole blood? That's human blood, though. Can I get some cheap shit? It's expensive, though. $400 per liter? Anyway, hey, Miriam. Why don't you can it? Or a little, okay, I was just saying about the human. She seems happy. No, none taken. Me too, probably. Okay. But I don't think I've ever seen her like that, by which I mean no discernible effort whatsoever to disguise the fact that she's happy. Okay, well, maybe there were a couple times. Is that a reference to sometimes how you used to flagrantly spy on us sometimes? I don't spy on you. That would be such an unfair characterization. Would you can it with that shit already? I never understand with your ongoing and apparently unironic use of the phrase "can it," and particularly why you always seem to direct this expression to me, and seemingly no one else. I think it's such a peculiar and amusing way to tell someone to be quiet. What? Why? No, that's the normal way of putting it. I mean, it's pretty normal to say thing, right? When you want someone to pipe down. Pipe down isn't even much better. It's a funny thing to say, in fact. You don't even realize it makes it funnier. I think its underlying explanation, you are just funnier than you realize or try to be, is something I like about you. Different laws in yeah, there's probably different laws in the UK because like they actually make blood sausage and blood pudding and that kind of thing. We don't do that here in America. You don't cook with blood in America. But the British style of cooking is how can I make something disgusting as bland as possible? With the exception of like bangers. Dude, I fucking like there's this place called Full English here in town. It's English food. It's good. Go there. Go to Full English sometime. Tiny like little mom and pop in the middle of nowhere Austin. And the food's great. Once the bad times end. I don't think it's really the kind of place that you order out. What's a banger? It's just like a breakfast sausage. I guess I'll have to accept your sass as a compliment then. And no, I don't spy on you. And just check in on you sometimes. See how you're doing. Okay, if that's how you want to put it. You involve yourself in many private matters without even offering the pretense of doing otherwise. To think that at one point I was regarded as the meddlesome one. Look, it just so happens that I take care very deeply for all my friends. And I just want to make sure that they're all doing all right on a somewhat regular basis. Is that a crime? In some societies, violating the privacy of others in certain ways? Yes, I believe so. I understand your motives, though, and really, this is just me giving you a hard time. I never got why everyone treats their romantic affairs so private. What's the big deal? So like So you like to do some smooching and stuff with another person. Maybe get over yourself? Carcat's the worst offender. You think he's actually charged with guarding state secrets. Newsflash, buddy. Nobody gives a fuck. It sounds like you very much give a fuck, though. Hey, why don't you cut me some slack. And don't hold any standards that I don't hold to myself, though. Too. I'm very open about my relationships. Morales with Terezi? Ask me anything. I have nothing to hide. We'll throw a diamond up in your face like we're making a getaway. We don't even give a fuck. We take the stench, then get out of the meal block. Same with the action liaisons I've been involved with over the years. What's the big deal? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed with your strangely natural proficiency with auspicism. Everyone fucking hates you. Strangely natural proficiency with okay. It is incredibly difficult quadrant to master and very emotionally taxing, I find, in the ways that it conflicts with the pursuit of relationships of the other quadrants. I can't ignore that during our trip, you probably diffused a lot of unpleasant situations before they started. But when it comes to the matters of privacy and such, which forms of expressions people feel at ease in showing in public, pale relationships are really different, I think. What about the other kind? It seems to me that you have not been involved in any, so I'm not sure if you have or if you really understand. Might have to stop sooner than regular just because I can't fucking read today. I just don't have time for anything like that in my life right now. Red and black relationships are so absorbing. I have a strong, pale relationship, which is a very important aspect to me, but that's all I can handle. Maybe later, when the dust settles in this crazy adventure, I'll consider it. But for now, this is all I can deal with it. I just have too many irons in the fire, you know? I know all about the irons. I've heard the exaggerated rumors of the alleged fire as well. So what are they talking about? What? All your buddies over there. Vriska doesn't get romance because she's a bitch. You're right. Finally, someone sensible in chat. Thank you, Twinkmaster69, for being the only sensible person here in chat to say that Vriska is a bitch. What about all your buddies over there? We were still talking about that. Ridiculous and how easy it is to get sidetracked by some romantic blither. Oh, family stuff mainly. Pretty fascinating, sociologically speaking. I mean, the idea of families, the idea of siblings is strange to each other. Strange enough. People who are genetically similar and grow up together. Spending all the time with Dave and Rose, you started getting a sense for it. Like the logic of it. Must have shaped Earth society, but also the inherent ridiculousness. Sharing a residence with your near clone while growing up, so preposterous. It normally isn't as fucked up and weird as this. Our society was so individualistic, all it seemed so normal and reasonable. I look over there and see two Lalandes and a Stronder. Good. And there's a whole other Strider on the way, and the human family is striking me as a social unit, so much more like, so much as a human family starts striking me not so much as a social unit, more like an infestation. A Stronder, yeah, a Stronder. Yeah, well, I will say an entire other Strider does sound a bit much, on top of what it already is quite a spectacle. Maybe we don't get it. Of course we don't. That's my point. I mean, we have ancestors, but under normal circumstances, it's pretty unheard of to imagine you'd ever get a chance to meet them. We'd have an unusual privilege of meeting ours, or at least certain versions of them. But that's still just a one-person lineage. It's pretty simple and comprehensible. Human lineage is a huge clusterfuck, if you ask me. There's a certain advantage to it, though. Their decentralized propagation makes it a lot more likely their race will persist. The same cannot be said of ours. I still wonder if we are the last of our kind. You're still doubtful about whether or not you can hatch the new mother grub? Yeah. More doubtful, I'd say. More than doubtful, I'd say. Shouldn't lose faith. Not even the slightest bit worried about whether or not you could do it. You can get a chance to just brainstorm about with the Lalandes. They tend to be full of ideas. Anyway, try not to get too down about it. I have a good feeling. Get down about what? A particular obligation that I've yet to fulfill, and I sense she possesses some intelligence on the matter which she chooses to be cagey about, so I guess that part of the conversation has been concluded. Obligation. Vriska, have you been dishing out more dirt about our strategy before formally bringing our meeting back to order? Pretty sloppy leadership move, if you ask me. Karkat had nothing to do with your Kanea's upcoming roles in the campaign. It's more of a private matter pertaining to Kanea's broader significance to the future of people. I'll be very clearly spelling out our roles you and she will be playing momentarily. Me and she, as like in together? What the fuck are we supposed to be doing together? You'll find out. Great. I'm so glad. At this point, I only ever feel angst or even the slightest sense of agitation in my soul to the precise extent that I worry Vriska might not have all of our fortunes completely mapped out already. I'm beginning to hyperventilate slightly, less just thinking about it. Good to hear, Karkat. Almost as cool as seeing you yell yourself out with John and Dave already, and have decided to come clock in some yelling time with us. Your ability to dig down deep and find a second wind is really quite astonishing. I shudder to think what would happen if this party if we ran out of the most precious natural resource. Burned, owned, devastated. What more is there to say? Nothing really, unless if you want whatever pitiful tatters of your self-image you have left to get power pissed on by God Queen Secret herself yet again. Either that, or you could ruminate fondly over the heavenly ret-forked reality in which she stabbed in the back her moral rail, which was stabbed in the back by her moral rail, and we all got to live out the fucking bliss that timeline must have been. Just think about the peace and quiet we would have had on that meteor. It was probably more than worth the price of cannonballing ass first into some sort of massacre trap. Vriska's secret making the living envy Viska's secret making the living envy the hypothetical dead since whenever she started doing that. I'm pronouncing it as secret because I think that's right. Circuit. Fuck! Whatever. Slaughter again. Way to land that. Way to stick that landing. Stick the landing on that barb, genius. Appreciate that you are just moseying over to arbitrarily drum up some utterly meaningless contention between us. But like I've said before many times, Karkat, I'm not interested. Ouch. Ouch. Slaughtered again. Don't listen to her, Kanea. It's like this running gag she does to me all the time to own me. What? It's a funny thing that we do. Maybe she does. Always implying that I've been spades crushing on her and getting shut down. It never stops being hilarious. First of all, as she can prove anything, First of all, as if she can prove anything. Second, if we were being totally fair here, more than a few of her snappy comebacks are arguably more tinged with that sort of eyebrow cocking hostility than anything I've ever said to her. Maybe it makes one little suspicious, no? That maybe there's some projecting going on here? Just saying. All right, Carcat, I'm going to leave you to here to dig yourself into whatever embarrassing hole you're intent on digging. I'm going to keep working the crowd a bit. You know, a leader's job is never done. See ya. Jesus. Bye. Maybe I'll try to acting a little bit more gracious in defeat. And try acting a little bit more gracious in defeat next time. Just a little advice from one leader to another. She's gone. I think you need to come up with that comeback a little faster. Yeah, damn. I think as a friend, it would behoove me to confide somewhat about the realities of pursuing anything with her. What? Wait. Kanaya, weren't you taking that... You weren't taking that pathetically jokey, unrequited black rom stuff seriously, were you? Let's imagine that my attitude towards the joking or non-joking status of that was perfectly neutral. Well, I just say these things. Aside from the fact that she literally just got finished telling me that she wasn't interested in any non-pale relationships, I think that would be a blind alley regardless. I admit that from this experience, I'm not without chagrin to hesitation, but only frustration and heartbreak are down that road. She turned out to be a tremendous partner in pale relationships. Maybe I'm a bit freakishly so. Anything stronger than that, I think I would probably be disastrous. She was way too focused on and self-absorbed to maintain such strong feelings for long. She would probably need to learn to let go some of her ambition, learn how to figure out how to prioritize some of her feelings of others. Who doesn't hate Vriska? She might even figure out how to be happy, Shudder. Yeah, well, a chill just ran up my posture pole trying to imagine that, you know? I don't even know if I ever told you this, but you always seem to really have an impressive grasp over romantic analysis. Well, I've read a lot of novels, too. I don't brag about it much because it would literally be preposterous to do so. We should be jamming on that subject more. Maybe explore some of the more advanced theories. We're surrounded by amateurs in this field, so it gets a bit frustrating. Well, the mayor's good sounding board at least. When I want to bounce off some more out there ideas off someone, why don't we schedule an academic conference sometime? Just me, you, and the mayor. Oh, fuck yes. Ugh. God, how long is this page? Hey, am I interrupting anything? Hey, Dave, no. Aquarius and I were just exchanging some notes before I bring the meeting to order. Okay, I just thought I would, saunter over here. Things are getting pretty Lalonde heavy over here. It's pretty awful. It really is an awful lot of fucking Lalondes, isn't it? 2 is okay or even cool, but that's, yeah. But this is, yeah. Time to see how it's going over here. How's it going, Broquitis Sprite? Nearly finished radically downgrading Crocker here. I plan to mourn the complete restoration of her woefully inferiority with a moment of silent, subtle flexing. Okay, that would be some weird stuff to say, but cool. So, are you some sort of freak, right? You are some sort of freak, right? Yes. Good to know. It's like talking to someone who's half my bro, but then not really. Half bro is half AI or something, or maybe quarter bro. And maybe even less than that because all universe considerations and part sprite. I'm notorious for being fucking sensational at mathematics. I don't think I could break it down for you without lying the precision of my figures. Which is in practice I am no means above, mind you. Bottom line is I can tell you're just really watered down version. Or maybe sweated down. Why the fuck are you so sweaty? I'm not. I toiled off less than a minute ago. Oh God. Sir Dave, there's so much to talk about. En route to waxing hard sentimental about her dubiously shared fraternal past. The fact that I will not should be mistaken for preoccupation in this delicate cyber task, which is trivial to me, since my mind is faultless silicone mesh of living algorithmic perfection. Neither. God. Neither should be ascribed to the fact that my troll hymnody finds the notion of reunion with you to be boring as fiddling fruit. Is mainly that such bonding experience strikes me as an endeavor falling outside my totally ripped and cartrusis purview. There are times with real Dave that is best left not to the study of real Dirk, and not to mention someone who is at least a greater than half stupid shoot, who gives less than, at least gives greater than half a stupid shoot about you. Swoon. Ew. Oh, God. I'm kind of glad you sound this insane for the most part. Barely understandable. Which makes it extra obvious that you aren't my legit bro. Which means that I can actually talk to you while only being vaguely confused and unsettled instead of curling up into a ball and having some sort of social conniption. Speaking of which, when he's supposed to get here, by the way? Relax, Dave. He's scheduled to arrive around the same time as all the other bad guys. All the other bad guys? I tweeted about it, yeah. I tweeted about it 1 hour ago, precisely. I used a GIF that has the author's name on it. It says Ikimaru. It's really good. All right, or where was I? You still have time. You could have expedited his travel. I could have expedited his travel, but I knew that meeting him was going to be a big deal for you, so I decided to let you have some space while we made some plans. See? I'm always thinking about what's good for you guys. What's best in the overall strategy. Keeping everyone's spirits high is important, and high spirits is important. What do you mean expedited? Never mind that. Just chill out, all right? So, as long as I'm chilling, supposedly chilling and in no way wondering about my bro, are you sure there are no beverages in that fridge? No AJ or... It's a blind alley, brother dog. I already asked if she had milk in there once. She put another 9 redundant times, plus another 9 redundant times after that. I also asked if she would like to touch my muscles. The answers were 10 no's and 1 yes. Which reminds me, Dave, would you like to touch my muscles? Maybe later. So you're sure there's nothing to drink in there? Yes, Dave. I don't know why I'm so insistent. It's not like the fridge has ever had anything consumable inside. Why the fuck did you even bring it? Don't worry about it. Oh, come on. Gamzee's in there. Hold on. Oh, right. Somehow I forgot that we literally just established that you had Gamzee locked in there for some reason. We should probably... Are we sure we shouldn't maybe, like, let him out? He could suffocate in there. He'll just revive. God tier style, right? He's not fucking God tier. He's faking it. He just made his fucking suit from scratch or something. I know he's complete trash, but maybe we should let him out. What's the harm? It's not like he can cause much trouble. We all outnumber him and have way more powers and shit. No? Oh, wow, no. No, you will not be hearing from him again. No, never. Never, never again. Never. Wow. So you're just going to let him suffocate in there then? Dave, give me a little more credit than that. Gamzee is supposedly relevant to some stuff that's going to happen in the new universe. So he's still got some plot armor or some shit. So when Earth is reinstituted, it's just going to drop the fridge in the ocean or something and just let him find his way out. His own way out. Okay, that's fair. I mean, firm, but fair. Maybe not so much fair, but I don't really care. So is John's hot mom awake yet? No. I mean, not hot mom, just mom. Did anyone else hear that? Yes. Shit. Let's reboot all trains of thoughts and start thinking about how much longer till hot mom's awake. Mom. I mean, his not mine. His mom. Not my hot mom. I mean, my mom is, fucking hell. Not my mom. His Jesus hot mom. John's hot mom. Jesus. This went well. Strider Express is off the rails again, so I'm going to duck out of this conversation. See you, everybody. Smooth, Dave. You got weird-ass mommy issues. Oh, hey, Luigi guy. How you doing? No, Vriska, don't go. At least do me the solid of let me land squarely on some phrases that allow some plausible deniability on whether I think John's mom is super fucking hot. Shit, wait. Pretend I didn't say that while still rendering its meaning in your mind somewhere. Vriska's gone. I'm not even talking to anyone. Dave, forgive me if I'm missing some nuance here, but it sounds to me as if you believe John's mother is physically attractive. Okay, now you're just twisting my words around. What would John think? I think that's an interesting thought, but hear me out. What if we ran an experiment and spend the rest of our lives finding out what would happen if we never told him? I'll consider your request for secrecy. Maybe. Frankly, I'm not sure she's anything to write home about. Oh, what the fuck? Are you on idiot drugs today? How could you possibly be serious about that? How is this unconscious teen grandmother not completely smoking hot babe? Great. I guess she's not my container of scalding leaf fluid. No, I don't believe it. I don't even believe you. You're obviously just trying to rile me up by going against the grain of fragrantly obvious babe facts. Is Dave saying inappropriate things about John's mother over here? No, I'm not saying anything. Just standard conversation about regular bystanding person. He keeps calling her hot. Wow. Peddle lies much? I guess reprehensible dishonesty is all the rage with troll kids nowadays. Wait, what's going on? Are we all talking about how hot Jane is? No, maybe. Wait. Because Janie is straight up sexual fox riding red hot nuclear bombshell right into Yowza Plaza in the heart of Babe City, Massachusetts, USA. The A just stands for more ass. Thank you for defending the position I may or may not have been arguing a few moments ago. No comment. Dave, why do you have a MILF complex? Hey, are you guys talking about me? What's going on? Nope. Lamo. Dave thinks your mom is hot. What? God damn it, Trezzy. I think we're going to finish this page and then get to the this, whatever this is. And then we'll call it for the day. Last one. Last one, you say, with a smiley face. God, I hope there's not another one. Hey, Mr. J. Carley, I presume? No, it's English, actually. 'Twas my grandma's surname. Oh, my mistake. Then maybe it's just a coincidence that it's the same name as our invincible supervillain? Are coincidences even real? No, it's not a coincidence. It's fucking Homestuck. I can feel like that's already been addressed and just they don't remember, or it wasn't addressed, or something. Don't chat face at me. So then, is it just coincidence that are coincidences even real? I don't know. History is a little bit murky to me. I heard that she took the name from a nasty fellow to spite a wicked baroness. Okay, good to know. I've been pretty interested to learn about how we're all pretty similar and we all have really different life details. I guess so. There are all these things that I take for granted about Jade's childhood, which in theory is similar to yours. But not really. She also had a super powerful robot dog, or powerful dog you didn't have. And also a grandpa you couldn't have had because that was grown-up you. I'd be really curious to hear about all the differences in your life sometime, if you don't mind. He doesn't know. Sure. Hell, I'd be really curious to hear about the difference between my alt life, so to speak. But Jane is asleep, so I'm guessing she grew up in a similar situation I did, but with a bunch of differences. I guess I'll have to wait. Well, she was a good friend. There's a lot of stuff I know about her life. What'd you want to know? Let's see. So when I was her grandpa instead of her being my nana, I'm not sure if that statement made any sense, but you know what I mean? Yeah, she had a pop-pop. He was really funny and a beloved old-time comedian. So I guess that the guy he grew up to be. Cool. I never knew my nana growing up, except as an urn of ashes above the fireplace. I only met her as a sprite. I was dead, or was he? Maybe it wasn't the ashes. They had a different way of preserving him, which was, I think, arguably more dignified. How? Have you seen Weekend at Bernie's? No, I've heard of it, though. Oh, man. You should have seen it. A couple of knuckleheads who parade around a funny corpse trying to pass him off as a living friend. Good old time Charlie over a series of escapades. Sounds incredible. Iridan should be shipped with no one. Iridan Vriska. You can just destroy everyone involved in that line. Just makes the worst fucking creatures. Bad ship. But a ship that could be sailed. They deserve each other. They deserve to have awful companions. I like the sex scene with the corpse. What the fuck? I haven't seen Weekend at Bernie's. If we ship them, can we still sink it together? I think that's the point of putting people out on a Titanic, you know? Oh man, you have to see it. Okay, it sounds incredible. I still have it if you want to see it sometime. Definitely. So do you like movies? Do I? I love movies. There's a whole bunch that I'd want to show you, assuming you haven't already seen them already. I love talking about them with people. I think my friends usually just humor me about movies I liked. But I get the feeling that you really dig them. Oh, I guarantee you I would. Awesome. I can't wait to show you some. Everyone will be alive. Awesome. I can't wait to show you some. So that means that Jane had some old man corpse version of me around somewhere in her house? Yes. That sounds pretty preposterous to me, but I guess she must have grown up thinking it was normal. Not really. She was always pretty put off by it, to be honest. Poor Jane. I'll have to apologize to her for freaking her out from beyond the grave. What's her life like otherwise? Pretty typical, I'd say. She always characterized it as boring. Never really agreed, because she got to live on a mainland with access to all kinds of things that I didn't have. Plus, she lived with a cool, manly father who cared about her a lot and seemed to be a stand-up gent. Oh, she lived with her dad, too? Do you know anything about him? Not much, other than what I just said, a few things she told me. I think he was stern and fatherly and dressed well, if memory serves. He's a private detective at some point. A private detective? Wow. Sort of sounds like he must have had a completely different kind of dad from the one I had. All these differences are so interesting. Some are subtle, but some are drastic, like this one is apparently. It would be neat to meet him. I mean, not that it would be much of a substitute for getting to see my dad again, since they're totally different people, but you know what I mean? Do you know what happened to him? I'm not sure. I kind of got lost track of time for a while. I think he might be in jail. Jail? Yeah, on Durst. I think I could be wrong, though. I'll make a mental note to check on him sometime. I bet Jane would want to, too. When she wakes up, I'll ask her about it. Good idea. When Yoel was streaming earlier, he was ended by saying that Rev was playing Homestuck. I don't think you play Homestuck as much as it plays you. Yeah, you know, Jake, you seem like at first like you were pretty shy, but you don't really seem that all that way now. You strike me as a regular dude who likes movies and stuff. I'm glad we're getting a chance to talk. Iridan and Vriska dated in canon. It went badly. It was part of Act 5. I'm glad. I'm really glad that they had bad relationships. They both deserved to be unhappy. Yeah, me too. I feel like I've feeling way out of it since I sort of sprung from the big house and dragged along this here frog stage and suddenly bumped gums with way too many people. Really are good company, John. You know how to make a guy feel at ease. Yeah, it is a lot of people. I'm having keeping track of everyone myself. Would you want a Netflix adaptation of Homestuck? I can't imagine there's any way to do that in a coherent way. I don't think you could do... Yeah. You know what? More people should suffer. It would suck. All right. Casting calls. Who plays who? All right. I'm going to look up famous actors and then cast them. Famous actors. Okay. We got Will Smith. So Will Smith will play himself because Will Smith is in this, right? So is Nicolas Cage. So Nicolas Cage plays himself. Will Smith plays himself. But beyond that, it's pretty much like whatever the fuck I feel like, right? I'm looking at just like I googled famous actors because I don't know anyone's names. George Clooney as Vriska. Not taking questions. It's just one of the only actors on this screen, and it was the first character I thought about from Homestuck. So there you go. That's my casting call there. I literally don't know who any of these people are. Dante Basco has to be Rufio, yes. He could also play Tavros, that's fine. Does that go on the chart? No, that's our own little slutty secret that we keep between us. Where am I? Oh, they all seem like decent folk and all, but I guess everyone catching me at a bad time. This wasn't how I pictured it all going. How were you picturing it? Naively, I suppose. It's not what I was expecting differently of anyone else. It just spurious visions of my own conduct. Remember the letter I sent you? Yes. With all the excitement and swagger you heard about me in those words. The man that I thought I'd be when you'd meet me. A man of action and gumption. Hell, when I wrote that, I thought by now people would even come to have seen me as a leader. What a laugh. Turns out I'm such a disappointment to myself and everyone else. Oh, mood. The bravado in that letter was fake. I realized lately. I've realized a lot of things. I could never be the leader of people or a person that people have wanted a quality relationship with someone. What if we just put Andrew Hussey as Andrew Hussey? And then we have to have like scenes where like George Clooney and Hussey like almost like make out and George Clooney is like super not into it. See, that sounds great. That sounds really fun. That sounds like a great series. I legit forgot that Hussey was a real life guy. Yes. This sounds insane. Yeah, the worse people you cast, the better this gets. And honestly, it wouldn't be Homestuck unless if it had really weird casting calls. It's so hard to get up a lot of moxie for a big moment like this, even though I'm excited as about it as everyone else. Tavros Spike already tried cheering me up, and he's nice, but I don't think it worked. Like, by saying maybe all this stuff really isn't true, and maybe I really am as great in all the ways that I don't think I am, a nice thought, but it also weirdly doesn't make me feel better. John, you seem like the kind of guy who is trying to cheer up a pal, so I guess, so you know somebody who's already tried telling me I was wrong and it didn't work. I don't think you're wrong, though. Well, I don't know. I mean, we just met. What could I know about you other than what you tell me? I believe you about all that. It just sounds like to me that you're going through a lot of changes. Changes are good, especially to understand what's happening to you. Since that's how we have all grown and stuff. I think I've changed in a lot of ways. Some ways weren't easy. Yeah? Sure. So you realize you like being by yourself, it sounds like. Big deal. I like being alone a lot sometimes, too. Helps me think. If that's who you are, there's nothing wrong with that. Jade's grandpa liked being by himself, too. So much so that he moved to an island far away from civilization as possible. But he did so in adventurous and stuff. But he was still adventurous and stuff and super successful and raised a super cool granddaughter who's actually his daughter. And I guess yours? Yeah, I guess you're right. And if nothing else, at least you have a cool costume. You really like it? No? Nope. Sigmund Freud is Andrew Hussey. Sigmund Freud is dead. You'd have to dig him up and put his corpse on stage. Tim Curry is Jade's grandpa. That actually is a reasonable casting call. I'm fine with that. Who would play Sweet Bro and Holla Jeff? Didn't they have like an actual like... There was a part where they had like... Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff as a movie in universe, right? Who the fuck were the characters that played them? Just get them. Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller. Yeah, just do that, and then have Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller be Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller as Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, and also themselves. Is it a movie or a stage play? I don't know. How do you know Freud is still in his grave? I don't. We should dig him up and then force him to be Andrew Hussey in the Netflix adaptation of Homestuck. Why not? Fuck it. And then we force Ben Clooney. Yeah, what is it? George Clooney to run away from Sigmund Freud's dead corpse. It would have like 2 seasons and get canceled because that's how Netflix series works. But it would get like almost through Act 1. Wouldn't worry about it. I love the God tier pajamas and yours are badass. Wait. Wow, thanks. Sometimes I worry I might look a little silly. I feel kind of exposed maybe. Like I'm on a sexy display or some such. And people don't see me as a person. I wouldn't worry about it. I love the God tier pajamas and yours are badass. You really look like a superhero. Really? Well, yeah. Maybe a plucky sidekick at least. Sidekicks are really underrated anyway. I think in some cases they're real stars. You know, like Batman? Truth be told, he might just be some kind of gallivanting idiot. All he's got is money and skills in the world, but what does he do? He buys a fancy car to drive around in. Then he jumps out and starts punching crooks with his bare hands. Then he gets hornswoggled by a wily clown with no powers, with a lot less money, who has to bail him out. His sidekick, of course. Yeah, you're right. What is Batman even trying to prove, being all serious and looking cool? His sidekick looks like he's having a lot more fun and smacks of confidence and self-assurance, trotting around in his underpants. It is a power play to fight crime in literally your underwear. So, yeah, okay. You got a solid point, John. Batman probably doesn't even care that much about stopping crime. It's more about walloping thugs and getting to feel cool. Targo, thank you for the 18 months of support. It's a year and a half. Holy fuck. Thank you. If he really cared about stopping bad guys, he'd probably use some of his fancy money to buy guns and at least show the criminals he's packing and make them scared, not surrender outright. I bet his sidekick probably just had to wait for Batman to bungle things up with his stupid karate. And when he gets in trouble, the sidekick just guns down all the crooks from a safe distance like a sensible person. We do love guns and fisticuffs. See, there you go. You're already better than Batman. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Shh, hold on. Listen. Whisper, whisper to Cantown. Whisper, whisper, but where? Whisper, whisper, Earth, whisper. To scale? I don't see how. If you're really going to whisper, whisper, build. He's talking to Mayor again. It seems so. It can really appear to have quite of a rapport. I love how much he talks about the mayor and how he's made up this whole language of like minimal talking and hand gestures. It's cute. Egbert, what the fuck were you doing eavesdropping? Were you eavesdropping? No, this is a private this is a fucking private conversation. Stop being rude garbage. I wasn't eavesdropping. You just had to be like right there in your really loud whisper. Oh, okay then. Here, have an excessively quiet shut the fuck up. Sorry, go back to your cute mayor conference. We'll mind our own business. Achoo, achoo. Oh man, what's going on now? Achoo, meow, achoo. Oh god. Why does your lustus need to be here? My allergies, Jaspers. What are you? Wait a minute. Rose, is that you? Meow. Oh god. I turned my back for 2 seconds and something stupid happens. Oh, thank god this page is over. Okay. That's what we're gonna call it today. I finally finished the fucking page! Holy shit! I jumped forward like 20-something pages by doing so. No, no, never again! No! You'll never make me read the same thing again, hussy. I don't care how many times you reuse the same content. You did an achievement. I'm a little scared. Don't you dare. Don't. Okay. 20,000 words in that little clusterfuck there? Yeah, I believe it. My throat's starting to give out on me. So that kind of required multiple sessions. Let me check and see if there's any art. And if there is, I'll show it off. There's not. What if you die and Satan has you eternally read Homestuck? I don't think he wants that. You're just 600 pages from finishing. Thank God. Go heal your thrusty. Don't call it that, and I will. I'm going to go and call it there for today. I will be back tomorrow with something. Probably Route 69. Road 96 is his actual name. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be doing this again next Thursday. There's no art because I didn't find any art there. No one posted any. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Brrr.